And put it up here.
All right, sorry about that. We didn't go through a tech rehearsal. Sorry, Fletty. It's back in the mic and it's up here. New York City, everybody. All right.
Work it out. Lewis's mic has to be hot.
Or Lewis's mic has to be hot.
That's it. From Boston, Bernadette Pauly.
Good to be here. A little bit about me. I would like to find true love. I really would, but I'm holding out for Mr. Right. And I know he's out there somewhere. I've been married the last couple of years, but I'm not going to let that discourage me. And when I find him, I'm going to know what I don't want. Speaking of my husband, the other night, we're in Manhattan. We go to this cocktail lounge, and a hot, half-naked waitress walks up to him, flirts with him, gives him a boner, and then leaves me to deal with that shit. Can you imagine the nerve? Finish the job, ladies. What do you think I'm tipping for? Nobody wants to work for anything anymore. This is why China is winning. You know your marriage is solid, and one day you wake up and realize the person you're married to hates you, and you don't give a shit. It's very liberating, isn't it? That's when you're like, this baby's got legs. No mamsy-pamsy divorce for us. I'm taking you to the grave. You're going down, mofo. Oh, I don't want to be a complainer, though. I don't want to be negative. I'm trying to be a better person, so I'll rein it in a little bit. You know, I want to be spiritual and nice like you people. It's easy to be spiritual when you're in a $12 million home on the ocean. So I'm working at it. I actually read that book, The Secret. You know, it's all about the power of positive thinking. And it helps, because I used to get angry, and now I don't. You know, if I'm in a bad situation, I just stop myself, I take a breath, and I say, I'm positive. I'm positive that bitch is gonna get hit by a bus. And then I let go and I let God. Now I find I become the most evil when I'm just trying to be nice and do the right thing. Especially in New York City, it's very hard. Do you ever try to do the right thing and you hold that door open for a complete stranger, even though you're in a great big rush? Because it's the right thing to do. And they just take their sweet ass time walking through like they're a supermodel. And they get all the way through and don't thank you or acknowledge you exist. And then you just want to slam their face right into the pavement. Because you started off trying to be like Gandhi, but you end up thinking like Jigsaw from the movie Saw. Every day it's a battle for me. I want to kill somebody by noon. But I don't do it, because a little angel right here, she stops me. She says, no, Bernie, come on now, what would Oprah do? Oprah would never do that, because she's very forgiving. But my little devil over here says, fuck that. What would OJ do? So I'm not going to complain. I'm spiritual and positive, and I'm not going to complain about my husband or anything, you know? I rein it in. I catch myself if I'm being negative about him. I stop myself, because you're supposed to be grateful for what you already have in life when you're getting negative. So if I catch myself doing it, I look over at the couch at my husband and my dog sitting there, and I say, oh my God, what was I thinking? I am so blessed to have that dog. Now I realize I'm lucky to have my husband. He puts up with me. I know I'm a nutcase, you know. And I have to say, I don't mean to brag, he's very handsome. You know, sometimes I'll look at him and I'm like, oh my God, you're hot. If we weren't married, I'd totally fuck you. What a waste. Oh no, but you know that's not true. That's a joke. It's a stereotype joke about married couples. That's a stereotype whether you're married or not, that supposedly men are more into sex. That's ridiculous, guys. If you have a girlfriend or a wife, you guys have no idea how close you come. No pun intended. Seriously, 6, 7, sometimes 10 times a day, you guys are that close to getting laid. But then you open your mouths. right in the face. How could you be that close to sex and death in 10 seconds? I have no idea. How is it humanly possible? My husband will sometimes say, sometimes you just go crazy, you lose your mind, and you grow up, and you go crazy, and I have no idea when you're gonna do it. I'm like, I don't either, because I don't do it till you make me do it. Sir, you have no idea what's gonna happen to you tonight. You could get a menage a trois, or a brick to the face. It all depends on what comes out of your mouth in the next 5 hours. Your life is in your hands. I was working in Vegas. I brought my husband along, a little treat, want to give him a nice vacay, so we're sitting at the pool next to the exotic dancers. So I felt hot. They're dealing with double Ds and 13-inch waists. I'm working the double pancakes and a muffin top on my muffin top. My husband, being a genius, does he say, "You're beautiful. Bernie, I love you just the way you are." No, genius goes, "Well, you'd be better looking if you put a little self-tanner all over yourself." I was like, "Oh, sweetie, thank you so much for that tip. That's very sweet of you. Do you know what I think would look good all over me? Your friend Steve." I'm Bernadette Paul. You guys are awesome.